Hello everybody and welcome back! I have a new light and I am very excited, and also I'm bling blinded right now. A softbox, as they call it in the biz. Just making sure that everything is nice and perfect for all of you. So this week I have another story for you, and it is the time that I got an Asian facial. So basically what happened is I called this guy over and I told him to jizz in, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. So yes, I know, facial, dirty joke. Let's put that aside for a second. That's not what happened today. Before I got my hair cut, you know, I had bangs, and because I had bangs, I feel like that played a big role in why my acne on my forehead was pretty bad. It looks pretty good right now in comparison to how it looks before. It's always been something that my mom has always told me about when I visit home, you know. Oh, honey, oh, God, your pimples. Oh, where did you get this pimple? And I'm like, gee, I don't know, I got it for sale at Daiso. Where do you think I got it? It was like Crater City up here in this region. And you know, my mom would tell me to wash my face once a day. And then she would tell me to wash my face twice a day. Now she's entertaining the idea that I have time to wash my face 3 times a day. Like, my face right now would probably be pink. My face would probably match the color of my t-shirt right now if I did it that many times. I'm not doing it 3 times. So after I got my hair cut, we expected for the acne to get a little bit better, and it didn't happen in the exact speed that my mom wanted it to happen. She took me to get an Asian facial treatment. And a lot of you who have never had an Asian facial might think, oh, you know, that's so sweet of your mom. She's so nice taking you to get pampered and, you know, treated like a queen or a king. But no, this was by no means a kindness to me. No sirree, Bob. I hope you understand that an Asian facial is almost like the equivalent of going to the dentist. You also might be imagining that, you know, it's this like beautiful like modern spa with people that, you know, hand you like a bathrobe and like, you know, they file your nails and they feed you food and they give you like a kiwi eye mask. No. This was no spa, my friends. This is how Asian this facial was. So my mom took me to a salon that usually has haircuts, but in the back of this haircut place, there was like this small, super small office where they were apparently allowing this middle-aged Asian woman to give people Asian facials. And I know that you might be thinking that it sounds super jank balls and why would my mom take me to some place that's so like hole in the wall, but if you know anything about Asian culture, hole in the wall means that it's a good place. If they can't maintain themselves through looks, then they need to maintain themselves through quality. If they're maintaining themselves with that level of hole in the wallness, that means that they have quality. I lie down on the bed, she puts like the towels over me. I didn't strip or anything, you know, and my mom told me that she'd be back in an hour, and I'm like, okay, wait, in an hour? This is gonna take an hour? Oh shit, this is, So first, this lady, she turns on like this like weird steam thing that like, so I'm like lying down, right? And like, there's like a steam thing that's like right over my face like this, putting out like a very consistent stream of hot steam in my face. I know why that is. It's because, you know, you need the steam to open the pores in the face. But the problem is that because it was such a constant stream, I had a really hard time breathing. So then she starts like pop any of the pimples that I have up here with like this really small metal stick with like a very small hole in it, so she'd press on it and then like it would pop. I know, it's disgusting. And then I thought she would be finished, you know, with all of her tools at that point, because I'm like, what else could you possibly do besides like, you know, giving my face a nice wash, which she did, and then steaming my face and then like, you know, popping a few of the pimples. Oh no, she didn't stop there. She took like a very specific kind of like needle, and she also poked the rest of my pimples that were not ready to be popped. So she basically poked my pimples open in an effort to bypass the process of waiting for my pimples to be ready to be popped. And then after all of that is finished, I'm thinking, okay, maybe an hour has passed already. I can't tell. The passage of time is very strange because I'm enclosed in a room, the lights are off now, and you know, their steam's constantly blowing my face. It feels like I've been there for a century. And then she brings out an electric like shock device. It literally jolts and shocks your face, and I am not entirely sure what the point of that is. I'm not sure if it, I don't know, shocks your face into not having pimples anymore. Like, I don't know, and I was very scared. Meanwhile, like the steam is still blowing in my face, and she's like putting this like electric dildo in my face. I didn't ask for this. By the time I stepped out of here, I felt like I avoided like death in like a Final Destination or like a Saw movie. Like, you have to understand, like when I say steam in my face, I mean like I couldn't breathe, and so I had to literally like face away from the steam stream and be like And then, real pretty. You're welcome. Oh, and then afterwards, you know, she gave me like an actual nice facial where like it hardened and where you know, like she puts like this like lotion cream over you and then it hardens and then like you peel it off and you feel like a newborn baby. That part was nice. But yeah, after that, an hour's over, my mom picked me up and it was just this weekend that my mom asked me, oh, do you want to get another facial? And I said, no, I do not. I would love to go my whole life without not having to do that shit anymore. But see, the thing is that my forehead is like pretty good now, but I can't tell whether or not it's because of the facial or if it's because my forehead just had enough time to breathe now. I was telling one of my friends that was visiting from the Bay Area that I got a facial and he was like, oh, I got a facial too. And then I told him about my facial and he was like, oh shit, you got an Asian facial. That's how Asian my facial was. So that's my story. I hope it was entertaining for you. I really hope you got entertainment out of it because something needs to come of this pain. Because I'm not entirely sure if that shit worked. I don't know if my forehead is gonna get worse, I'm gonna have to go back there. Also, if you see this video on a Thursday or a Friday, I'm really sorry. It's because I'm trying to shift my schedule because apparently that's when people have more time to like watch things and that's when like views can build better. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate you again. And I will see you next week. Bye.